works of entertainment. They're interesting. It's interesting to hear a really good story. And they're also kind of vessels of information. It's the way that people condense their life experiences and what they've learned into a kind of a form that can be palatable by others. That was how it was used historically, was to pass down information and accumulated knowledge. As far as like on the street listening to someone's stories, I think it's very, maybe therapeutic's not the word, but it is. I think it's very validating for people who, are so used to, we live in a society where everybody's so busy trying to get their own story out and craft it and narrate it and make it look perfect on social media, that to have somebody stop you on the street and take like a very, very sincere interest, and not just what you did in your life, but what you learned from it. What did it mean to you? What were the pivotal moments, as you would ask? Especially for someone who doesn't have a lot of friends, who doesn't have a lot of people calling them on the phone, to have somebody take that sincere of an interest in their life is very validating and very rewarding. And so, beyond the presentation of a story just as a, to use a Joey marketing word, as a commodity, it's, the interaction between two people is very important, and especially, it might be the only interaction that person's had in a month. And my favorite Honey interviews are at the end, we're both thanking each other. Like, those are my favorites. On the streets, it's probably the kids that make me laugh the hardest. They always just say the most ridiculous stuff. Yesterday, a couple days ago, one kid was telling me how to play chess. He just learned chess, but he was calling it chest. And he was just so emphatically and passionately telling me how to play chess, and it was completely wrong. He's like, you squirt your players over there and you eat up the other spaces. It just made no sense. He was great. I love kids because they're so wrong, and they're so sincerely wrong. Ooh, well, if I had lost all hope, I wouldn't be here. So there's never, the closest that I've been to okay, I can tell you the hardest moment during Humans of New York was when I first moved to New York. I didn't know anyone there. I knew like 2 kids there, okay? And I didn't have any money, so I'm living, and nobody thought it was a good idea. My family was kind of disappointed, and my friends all thought it was crazy. I didn't have any Facebook followers. I'd been working on this for several months, and nobody was really paying attention. It just seemed like some crazy thing I was doing. And Christmas came around, and I didn't have any money to go home. And everyone that was my age left New York to go home. And so, yeah, Christmas time, the first year I was in New York, was very, 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 very lonely. Yeah.
That's really sad.
You asked. Aaron, I met, I was just telling Officer House this. It was back when Humans of New York was very, very small and maybe had like 100 followers on Facebook. She was in the PR department of a jewelry store, and she was just kind of blasting off emails to every blog and saying, hey, come see our stuff. And I ignored the email. But the jewelry store had like a really weird name. And I was just walking in Soho, and I saw the name of that jewelry store, and it was real small. She was the only employee. And I popped my head in, and I was like, somebody here, email Humans of New York? She's like, oh yeah, me. And she was smoking hot. And I was like, oh my God, I got nervous. So I'm like, well, I only stayed in there for like a couple minutes and left because she was so hot. But I emailed her later, and yeah, we started dating.
Okay. And I know she does the Susie Senior dogs, so I have to ask, does the dog take up most of the bed?
No, because they're tiny. And Simon, because we got 2 Chihuahuas, but only one of them stays in the bed. Susie, God bless her, has got dementia so bad right now, she doesn't like to sleep in the bed with us anymore, which hurts a little bit, but we're used to it now. So no, it's only Simon, and he is tiny. First of all, I had like the greatest challenge, or greatest struggles ever. Like the worries of somebody in my position are just so good, because it's just like, it's basically managing success, and it's like the worst, it's the best problem in the world to have is managing success. And right now, it would be that Humans of New York reaches 15 million people every single day, and any other organization or outlet that is reaching that many people normally has an infrastructure of hundreds of employees. Somebody who handles the PR, somebody who does this, somebody who handles the legal, somebody who, the journalists that create the content, the editors, and it's just me. So trying to keep Humans of New York moving along a good path and growing while creating space in my mind outside of Humans of New York where I'm just being a boyfriend or a father to my chihuahuas is increasingly difficult to do. But I've been saying that for a while, so I think I'm getting better. I might need to think of a new struggle. Yeah.